morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the respected dignitaries, distinguished speakers, honorable participants, loving audience, and all beautiful people present here from all around the globe. I'm Ms. Nada Ratkovic, IIU board member, country director, IIU Croatia, the president of Research Center IIU. Welcome you all to the second International Sustainable Development Goal Conference, ISDGC 2022, to the ISDGC 2022 leaders. The third day of the Sustainable Development Goal for the Quality Education, the part 3. So, let's see today, let's meet the needs of our present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Topic, living sustainability, transforming the world, social environment, economic equality, 17 SDGs, 12 days, 50 countries, 100 plus global SDG experts. And yes, the day 4th. IIU is a change. IIU is bringing the change. IIU is a revolution, and IIU is bringing revolution in education. So right here, and right now, we are recognizing that. And we know that we can do a lot, and we must to do a lot and do make all the things to make our education more quality. So first, let me present our organizer. International Internship University is a leading virtual education system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well-reputed in delivering innovative programs. Globally, it is a trusted name for quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to the all young learners of the globe. IIU is metamorphosing the conventional education system by cutting down the additional costs and providing access to more than 1,000 plus courses and internships to their e-learners across the globe with the help of its 1,000 plus global educators. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries, 6 continents, under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit, sir, a committed and inspiring social activist, a passionate educationist from the last 2 decades, providing education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. IIU has formed its 4 councils: Women Entrepreneurs Council, Student Development Council, Youth Development Council, Council of Educators. And the main objective behind the councils is to provide support in every respect to the students, to the youth, to the women entrepreneurs and educators. IIU is coming every day with new events, educations, projects, and you are all invited to be a part of IIU. So be the change with the IIU. Me, Nada Ratkovic, as a president of IIU Research Center, thinks if you have ever thought about how world will be without education, research, science, innovation, technology, or any development, then the IIU is the right place for you. So today, it's my honor to present our first eminent guest speaker. I will not talk a lot about the education. We know what is quality education. We are all here educators. What is necessary, what we need to change. So we are change makers here. We are planning all the details and activities. We are doing it great worldwide, and we are reviewing all that. So that is a mission of us educators. So let's see who is our first eminent speaker. He's coming from the land of Pakistan. He is an amazing educator. He is Dr. Mansoor Shah. Please, Dr. Mansoor Shah, enlighten us with your great speech today.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, IIU team, Dr. Nada, for providing an international platform. Indeed, you people are doing a great job in that time when there are crises regarding the education everywhere. Like IIU is really performing an eminent role to fulfill the education responsibilities, not nationally, but internationally. So today's topic is that is Sustainable Development Goal 4. It's about quality of education. And it's among the 17 Sustainable Development Goals established by the United Nations. Right? When we talk about the SDG 4, it means we are talking about the education and implementation, how to make it possible everywhere, like around the globe. Whether talking about the European countries, the Asian countries, that will be our goal, to provide education to all the students, to all the people, to make their life fruitful. So an education that is well designed to provide the recipient with an all-around development of skill and potential to achieve success in their future endeavor in a society. That is the education that enables upward socio-economic mobility. And this is what a key is capping poverty. Education helps reduce inequalities and reach the gender equality, and is crucial to fostering tolerance and more peaceful society. Well, this is the education that actually provides peace and harmony in society. So how to improve like the standards of quality? Being educated, it is our job to provide our best teaching to all the students, not only to teach them, but to make them the future leader, give them the confidence that how to build up their lives and how to meet their challenges, especially in uncertain situations like the pandemic. It's our job being educator that education is not only the name of the winning degrees, but it is the name of how to implement yourself a better person in society. By quality education, we means to imply equitable and standard education for all that will promote lifelong learning and the urge gather knowledge. Quality of education aims to develop a balanced set of capabilities of children that require to become economical, productive, development, sustainable, and livelihood. It's a quality of education that includes learners who are healthy, well nourished, and ready to participate and learn and support in upcoming era of life. Well, the quality of education not only empowers the children, but who God created them. It places children at the center of their learning and sees them treated with the dignity. The quality of education specifically entails issues such as appropriate skills, development, gender parity, provision of relevant school infrastructure and equipment. Well, last but not least, quality of education, which is essential to real learning and human development, is influenced by factors both inside and outside the classroom. And it is the education that empowers their skill. It is the education that groom their overall structure, giving them the language, providing the communication skill, and they become a good engineer, they become a good doctor, and they know that how to go with life lasting challenges. Well, that applying the SD4, the implementation to ensure the quality of education. Being educated, it is our job to provide a good teaching, to provide education that only means to sense a real soul in those bodies who actually need our like guidance. Well, that education itself is indeed the phenomenon of society that nourishing and strengthening the backbone of society. So indeed, like all the developed countries are symbolizes by the standard of education. If their system of education is well groomed, indeed they are leading in the world. Being educator, it's our job, and under the auspices of ICU, to provide wonderful, the best, and like a great education to all the people all over the world, those who need us, help them out in the problem. If they're illiterate, give them like the tool of education so they can earn from themselves. Those who are ignorant, give them the wit and wisdom so that they can enlighten themselves for the guidance or upcoming guidance. Those who are blind toward a thing, give them the vision of light, of knowledge and wisdom so that they can see and spark with the progress of life. Indeed, that is the goal of SD4, that give the education, spread the education, and you will give birth to an educated society. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, great Professor Dr. Mansur Shah. Thank you for being a
Thanks, ma'am.
first speaker, for your, I can say, for your introduction, giving solutions for education, for quality education. We are really honored to have you here with us today. Uh, I hope very soon to hear you again. Best wishes. So,
Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot once again. Thank you so
thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now,
Thank you so much. It was wonderful. Yes,
yes,
over to Nada.
yes,
Thanks, man.
Professor Shumaila, you can give your insights on the speech of Dr. Shah.
Yes, it was really interesting and really wonderful about the whole scenario. And this is no doubt it's fruitful for us and fruitful for, it would be beneficial for IIU participant, for us and for all. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, my dear Professor Shumaila. Today, with me, I have a great personality, a great professor. She's coming from Pakistan, and she is my master of the ceremony. She has little network issues, but when she's here, she will give her inputs. So I'm really happy to have an amazing educator, the leader of the educators of the land, Pakistan. And you see today, dear Professor Shumaila, your Professor Mansoor Shah from Pakistan was the first today's speaker. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. We are going to the land of India. And yes, we have an amazing professor, an amazing personality. He is working 24 hours. He's a university professor now. He has his university called Oxford University. He's a well-known professor, Dr. V. Vasanti Kumar. Welcome, Dr. V. Vasanti Kumar and the IIU.
Good evening from India. Good evening from India. Thank you for the opportunity. And first of all, I thank all those sisters and brothers, those who are presenting this forum. This is a wonderful opportunity, what we are going to build for this society under the topic quality education. Quality education, under this topic, we want to make assurance and quality of empowerment for this world. So what quality of education we want to provide? What we lost, what we lose, what we have, what we need. These are the four things we want to base and provide quality education, because here there are so much of empowerment tools like ICT, like communicative English skills, like there are so many skill development activities we are going to provide. But what here is the problem is, for example, in India, we have 4 types of platform to provide the education. That is state board and metric and ICSE and CBSE. These 4 platforms provided education for the people, those who are meet the platform. That means there are so many people in all over the world doesn't have a proper education because they doesn't have a economical background. Why I'm mentioning this economical background? Economic is one of the point in the SDG, the SDGs level. But without education, we are not able to meet another 16 education level. Because of the education only, we are going to boost up all the SDGs without education quality. If we have a quality of education, then only we boost up the other 16 SDGs development. So that my point of view is, now we are in digital transformation. So we want to build a great education platform for this society. That platform was built by teaching learning process. How the teaching learning process, every teacher must be update their activities. Every student must be follow that activities. For the example, if a teacher is going to take a primary class or a secondary class or a higher education class, he is only focusing on his subject. That is not good. Apart from his subject, he want to provide. For example, we are going to provide a 1 hour teaching for a classroom. That time they must follow 45 minutes in his or her subject. At the same time, remaining 50 minutes, he want to provide new things, new ideas to the students. Otherwise, he want to catch a mentality of the students, a quality of the students, unique skill of the students. Then he want to catch that skills or mentality, and he take that mentality and skills and provide a particular skill and particular platform for that particular students. I think you are all understand my points. We want to concentrate in students level, students ideology, students skills. Because every human being must have a skill. Sorry for the disturbance. We want to find out the skills. We want to collect that skills and provide our education for that skill, through the education for that skill. So then only we develop the quality of education, because access and accessibility very, very important for the quality of education. We want access to our students. We want accessibility from their side also. So we want to find out, we want to identify students' quality, students' own skill. With the only subject is not relevant for the quality of education. We want to bring intellectual ability from student side also. This is my point. This is my conclusion. We want to concentrate students level. Thank you so much.
So, Professor Vasanta, how can we do that? What is your solution and how can we solve that problem?
For example, we have a great break between the corona. There was a break between the corona because there was a great gap between the students and teachers. We want to fill that gap because we are in the online teaching, but the students want mute or anything in this camera. We want to introduce the disciplinary base. At the same time, we want to collect what the students need. Every teacher must observe in the classroom 60 number of people sitting in front of us. But we are always concentrating only in subject. We want to concentrate in their level, what their interest, what their idea. That idea only boost up the students to their level. If I have a dream, my teacher want to observe my dream apart from the subject. My dream, my ideology.
Yes, I understand
Our
that.
teaching must be boost up that. That is my conclusion. We want to understand the students' mentality.
Yes, Professor.
Then we provide ICTs, all those things.
I agree with you that we need to listen always what our students are doing it. So they have their idea. We need to solve their idea, but how to do that if we have so many students together sitting with us? What educators today need to do? How kind of they need to be? So if some person is not innovative,
that's why I mentioned it.
Are you sure that all educators can recognize that it's their students?
Yes, that's why if we have a 1 hour teaching classrooms, we want to use 45 minutes, another 55 minutes, we want to make another level of skill developing interactive knowledge session.
So do you think do you think that this kind of education, so you are also having a virtual university?
Yes, in my classroom. If I'm going to have a 60 personalities in my classroom, I'm going to observe that one of the persons who was interested in cinema, one of the person who was interested in drawing skills, some other painting skills, another one is in computer knowledge. We want to collect that seeds and we want to put the water for that seeds.
Yes.
That is a duty of the teacher also.
Yes, great. I ask you because I know that you are doing that. You are great. So great, Dr. V. Vasanti.
Thank you so much.
Keep doing work like until
it's
now.
It's a duty, ma'am.
Because I hope that you will be an inspiration for many others educators. Big clap for our great Dr. Vasanti.
Thank you. With your blessings, with all your blessings.
Thank you. So now we are moving from India. We are moving to a beautiful country, the Philippines. We have an amazing educators on the Philippines also, because you see all these days we have great professors, researchers, students. I don't know even the number how many we have and what we learn about the education and what solutions do the Philippines educators give to us worldwide. So today we will continue with an amazing doctor who is coming, I said, from the Philippines. He is Leoncio M. Calderon II. Welcome.
Thank you for that brief but encouraging words from
Can
our
you tell me
birthday.
first, Professor Leoncia, what means to you this two?
The second.
Yes.
The second. So my grandfather was the first. So I was named after him.
Tradition,
So
tradition.
yes, tradition, and I cannot agree more that at an early age I cannot choose my own name.
Great, great. Really great.
So
We are really
okay, and
honored to
also
have you
yes,
today. Welcome.
thank you, Doc Nada, and a belated happy birthday to you.
Thank you. You see my party yesterday. All
Yes,
worldwide, my birthday was seen.
yes. So let me share my
Yes, you
screen,
can.
Professor
Yes, you
Nada.
can.
Okay,
Each one
thank
can
you.
share. Mhm. Okay.
Parents are probably wondering, with all those shiny new devices, apps, and even games that are becoming a typical part of the school day, are they good for learning? Is EdTech effective? As a school vice principal and researcher, I'm often asked if education technology works. The underlying question here for all of us, myself included, is based on the current situation. Do I want my child's educational experience to include EdTech? The answer to this question is often some variation of it depends. You probably heard that the research based on EdTech is young, or that evidence is mixed, or perhaps you read that asking if it works is not the right question to begin with. I recognize how frustrating and unhelpful these answers are to families and educators. And I have been noticing a trend that I think is quite stable and relevant to those of us working to provide effective learning experiences to all our students. Generally, the evidence based on EdTech supports existing evidence about in-person learning. In other words, teaching practices are the key to effective instruction and matter more than the presence or absence of specific tools like textbooks, blackboards, devices in the learning environment. Therefore, EdTech is effective to the extent that it can support teachers in delivering, scaling, and sustaining effective teaching practices. This is unsurprising when you consider that the most effective teaching practices are those which require the most nuanced and sophisticated human expertise. According to a survey in 2021, 30% of Filipino respondents perceived the current distant learning model was around 20 to 50% effective. On the other hand, 14% of respondents stated that such learning model is 80 to 100% effective. This survey, through sampling, found online distance learning to be less effective than traditional instruction. Fellow educators, how can this survey or other studies be right? More importantly, is there a single actionable takeaway from them? The answer lies in how the effective program use EdTech to blend instruction. In my school, St. Mark Integrated School, EdTech was used in a deliberate, measured way to increase to increase, rather, students' ownership of their learning, to differentiate instruction, and to allow teachers to focus on the students that needed the most support. From my perspective, these varied results demonstrate the importance of using EdTech to support what we already know to be good teaching, because there are inconsistent findings about online learning as a collective framework of instructional strategies. It is important to ground implementation strategies that are evidence-based. Our school program has blending that was used to prioritize known effective practices and allowed teachers to spend more time on providing more personalized instruction for more students, thus resulting in positive impacts. We can cite the following triumphs of online learning as evidenced by our students' achievements, though the list that follows is by no means exhaustive. Development and enhancement of self-management skills in the learners, including time management, intrinsic motivation, adaptability to the changing landscape of education, practice of critical thinking skills through real-life application and performance tasks, facilitation of effective virtual communication and collaboration through the various learning management systems, realization of the broader global perspective through virtual interaction with remote specialists in different areas of discipline, like career fairs with specialists from foreign countries, science math exhibits with consultation and evaluation, mental health workshops, and webinars gathering students from different locations coming together as one community. Development of 21st century skills, problem solving, communication and technology integration, collaboration and creativity, career and lifelong learning, and cross-cultural understanding. However, the online learning implementation would pose such problems on students who have limited internet access, no gadgets, and the poor. From dead last at number 10 in 2014, the Philippines jumped to the front of the ranking and is now at number 5, next to Vietnam. Among the 10 Southeast Asian countries, Malaysia has the highest speed improvement, followed by the Philippines. Regardless of the improvement statistics-wise, many Filipinos have poor internet access. Quite sad, actually. Besides such challenges would be equity gaps, student security and safety, quality of learning compromised, and poor assessment results. Changes in the grading system, assessment, and evaluation of student performance will also be challenges to every administrator. How would we access extracurricular activities in school, such as scouting, proms, sports intramurals, contests, and foundation day? They may be reduced, but not necessarily discontinued. They could be creatively done in blended or in school format. In addition, laboratory activities in sciences and other subjects that require performance, such as physical education, culture, and arts, would not be limited anymore to paper and pen tests. Now is the time for schools to require students to be physically present, to be assessed through performance tests. While online learning is an option for some students globally, it is used far more frequently to meet the needs of students with extenuating circumstances that prevent them from attending the physical traditional classroom. Online learning was used most commonly for students athletes, students with chronic illness and disease, and those who were hospitalized, homebound, incarcerated, and severely disabled. In our school, we have single working parents, or we call them here in the Philippines solo parents, who have no choice but to bring their children to their place of work because they do not have anyone else to take care of them at home. For all stakeholders, teachers, parents, and students should have a good internet provider and electronic resources. They should undergo more trainings so they can all learn whatever new system that they need to have. They must be well oriented on what topics should be discussed synchronously and asynchronously. Teachers should continue giving offline and online learning tasks which are flexible to students' needs. In terms of teaching, teacher training to online instruction, blended learning, and distance learning is also recommended in order to adjust to the new instructional format. Teacher competencies in both pedagogy and technology should be reinforced. This transition to the new normal from the four corners of the classroom to the borders of virtual reality, every learning institution, including my school, needs to study how successful online learning, blended, and in-school learning are in providing quality education and outcomes-based education to students. Perhaps the best kept secret, and it's no longer a secret as we all know, we are all educators here, on research edtech is the fact that teachers and teaching remain the most important influences on learning. When edtech is used in ways that support good teaching practices, both in digital and face-to-face environments, what do we say, fellow educators? Effective learning happens. When edtech is used in ways that propagate ineffective instructional strategies, what do we say again, fellow educators? Learning is hindered. I kept smiling, though I'm not smiling if learning is hindered. I just like to smile now. Conclusion, simply adding edtech to a learning environment doesn't guarantee better learning. In fact, using edtech to replace teachers or to scale ineffective practice guarantees poorer learning outcomes. When it comes to teaching and learning, it's not what you use, but how you use it that counts, whether online, blended, or pure in-person learning. Now back to the question. Do I want my child's educational experience to include edtech? The answer remains, it depends. Our answer as educators would be a variation of that in substance and pronunciation-wise. It deepens our understanding, our commitment, our duty to our stakeholders, most especially to our students. I'm Leoncio Calderon II of St. Mark Integrated School Incorporated from the Philippines. Thank you for your time. Mabuhay, IIU.
Mabuhay, mabuhay, professors. Oh, great. You really impressed us. You make a
Thank
great
you.
presentation. what to say on this all. You started and you explain us what is EdTech effective, what it means to be effective as the learning. Show us the examples, and I need to say you are an amazing principal, and the school is really lucky to have you. I see that research is that thing where you are giving the big attention. Show us what it means, the effectiveness of the distant learning and the computers to face-to-face schooling. What happens from the pandemic till now. How to practice and what we need to practice. You say critical thinking skills through real life. So many various. We need collaboration through learning. Also, you mentioned that very important are the LMS, learning management systems, and I agree. We also here at the IIU and at my university, we use the learning management systems, and that is very important to realize that. And if we want to make this broader global perspective, what you say, it is great through this time what we are doing, making this virtual interaction. We have great educators. We can say we have great specialists, like you call them, and on that way we are developing the 21st skills. I want to ask you to get me to where did you find all this great data, because it is very hard to find them. I see that you make a comparison of all the countries, and as you say, Philippines grow up, they go on to the five place. So many challenges you explain. What kind of activities? What about the curriculum? What about the I can say STEM, because you mentioned the laboratory activities, and the science is very important today for this, giving that, and you will see. I like the photo. I like the infographic what you put here about the training, how to make the training, and what is the fastest way to learning. And yes, we need fastest internet providers, because internet connections are are still a problem. And teaching all that and introducing this to your presentation was amazing. And you gave us a question. Do we want our child's educational experience to include EdTech? And you already answered. You said it depends. I agree with you that you say it depends, because it's not depending only about us. It is a duty of all. We can say the duty of the governments, the duty of the stakeholders, and it is the duty of all learners today. Great. I am impressed. I'm really impressed. Today, the third day of the SDG for quality education. I have an amazing educators, 3 days, and also the first days on the first two SDG, no poverty, no poverty, zero hunger, well-being, and here these days. I forget we have today, so 3 + 3, we are on the 6th day of this big conference. Great, great. Professor, I hope that we will see you again very soon and hear you, because it was really, really amazing, really insightful, brilliant. And I will repeat again, lucky your school with you as a principal, and great Philippines.
Mabuhay.
Mabuhay, mabuhay, Professor,
Nada.
mabuhay. I need to learn a little more Philippines. I know mabuhay, and I know.
Come over here. Visit us. Visit us.
Yes, 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 yes. One day
Yes.
day I will come to Philippines. Really
Yes.
want to come to Philippines. Great, beautiful, beautiful country with beautiful people, and great. I have great friends, many friends. Amazing, amazing country. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you for the kind words. Thank you, everyone.
Now, From the Philippines, we are returning back to India. We have a great educator. She is very active. She is very active in the national economic policy in India. I will not talk a lot about her because she will present herself, our great Dr. Tapsi Nagpal. Welcome. Please unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Your mic.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Good evening, everyone on the International Forum. Ma'am, not taking much time, but I thank you for the encouraging word, for the motivational words. Can I please share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Great. Yes, great. You can start, Dr. Tapsi.
Okay. Today's topic is quality education. When we talk about education, it is not simply a content delivery. It also helps all the children to reach their full potential, enter the society as full and productive citizens. When we talk about UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, he said the SDG process by declaring every child must be in school and the quality of those schools must improvise such that students are prepared to be very productive citizens. They are ready to lead the future. Now, when we talk about quality education, it is not the one that only focuses on some limited issues. It is the overall development of a child encompassing social, emotional, mental, physical, the cognitive development of each student, immaterial of the gender, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or the geographic location. It also prepares the child for life, not just for testing. Now, let's talk about quality education. Quality education educates the students in becoming an active and productive members of the society. They are the quality education is not measured purely by a test score or by how many words per minute a 5-year-old can read. It will be a disservice to both the students as well as the phrase quality education if we measure the quality of a child by these petty measures. Now let's understand why quality education is important. It provides resources and directs the policy such that each child enters the school healthy. He learns about and also practices a healthy lifestyle. He is physically and emotionally safe, and also the adults are also physically and emotionally safe. He's also actively engaged in learning. Now, the student is connected to the schools and the broader communities, and he's also supported by qualified, caring adults. He's challenged academically and prepared for the success in college, for further study, for employment, and for participation in the global environment. Now, let's understand what are the outcomes of quality education. The quality education provides the outcomes which are required by an individual, by the community, and a society to prosper. It also allows the schools to align and integrate fully with their communities, and they have an access to a range of services across the sectors which are designed to help the educational development of their students. Now let's come to know about the key pillars of the quality education. There are three key pillars of a quality education. The quality education helps in ensuring the access to quality teachers, providing the use of quality learning tools and professional development. It also helps in establishment of safe and supportive quality learning environments. Now, who is responsible for the quality education? Yes, the education governments and the education authorities. They provide education and for the high quality, they are also responsible for the high quality to the teachers, and they are also responsible for providing the resources which is necessary to offer the quality education. Now let's understand about the 6 basic elements which influence the quality of education. They are teacher, teaching methods, educational content, learning environment, school management, preconditions for the pupils or the students, funding, and the organization. Now, the steps which can be taken so that we can improvise the quality education. UNESCO develops, monitors, and they promotes the education policy by providing us the aims of the Education 2030 agenda. It says that monitoring the implementation of the right to education at country level, the states should support to establish solid national frameworks so that there is a legal foundation and conditions are creating for the sustainable quality education for all. It also provides advocating the right to education principles and legal obligations through research and the studies on key issues. It also helps in maintaining global online tools on the right to education. It helps in increasing the capacities, reporting mechanisms, and awareness on key challenges. Now, it also helps in developing the partnerships and networks around the key issues. Now, what are the efforts which are being taken to improvise to improve the quality by education sector? Yes, they need to improve the curriculum, change the textbooks, based upon the needs of the students and also based upon the requirement of the industry at large. They should be based on the ideology of a country. They should focus on ethics, norms, values, and the culture. Free education must be provided for 1 to 10 class. These are few suggested measures to enable the right ecosystem which is required for imparting quality education. There must be a very good infrastructure and it should be maintained very good quality of teaching, and the teachers extracurricular activities must be, and there must be annual status of the education. It means that education must maintain its status. We have few stats about the current data of quality education. Let's see that 250 million children and youth are out of school, according to UIS data for the school year ending in 2018. Total number of 59 million children of primary school age, 62 million of lower secondary school age, and 138 million of upper secondary age. 155 countries legally guarantee 9 years or more of compulsory education. Only 99 countries legally guarantee at least 12 years of free education. 8.2% of primary school age children do not go to primary school. Only 6 in 10 young people will be finishing secondary school in 2030. The youth literacy rate, the youth which they are in the age group of 15 to 24 years, it is 91.73%, meaning that 102 million youth lack basic literacy skills. So right to education must be mandatory for everyone. Now, concluding my part, that there must be right to quality education for everyone, just like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights affirms that education is a fundamental human right for everyone. And this right was further detailed in the Convention Against Discrimination in Education. Thank you so much, everyone, for being so patient during my presentation. Once again, I thank you, Professor Dr. Nada, for giving me the opportunity on this global forum. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, we have all a right to the quality education. Very necessary. You gave us and show us all the details about the quality education. From your side, I like the statistics part, what you show and explain. Each one thing and very necessary. I like it a lot, and thank you, Dr. Tapsi. And it is always a pleasure to have you and listen you here on the IIU stage, and not only here, everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you once again.
Thank you. You can stop sharing. So we will go further. Our next speaker is coming from Georgia. Our next speaker is coming from Georgia, and she is Professor Nadia Yanikova. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Dr.
Hello,
Tapsi,
everybody.
Dr. Tapsi, please stop sharing. Please, can you stop sharing?
Okay, ma'am, I'm sharing.
Okay, please. Wait, let's wait, Professor, when she stops sharing. Dr. Tapsi, can you stop sharing? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. Thank you, and I want to share also my screen.
Yes, you can.
Is it visible?
Yes. Can you put a full screen, please? If you can.
Yes. A minute. Is it visible?
Yes. Great.
A minute.
Now again you move it. Can you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, and thank you very much from that opportunity that today I have this opportunity to express my feelings, such an important topic, quality education. Thank you again. Quality education, the fourth goal of sustainable development, which aims to provide quality education, is a very relevant topic today. Quality education is extremely important for the development of both individuals and society, because education determines a person's successful future. To achieve our 17 goal of sustainable development is education that is necessary. Quality education is a serious challenge for the world. Practically today, there is no country that does not go through educational reforms. It's a process of constant improvement. And everyone can participate in their way to provide quality education around the world. Here are some targets that every country can set. Free primary and secondary education for girls and boys for effective learning outcomes. Early development and pre-primary education, affordable and quality technical vocational education, increase people who have relevant skill for employment, job, and internship. Eliminate all discrimination in education. Ensure universal literacy and numeracy. Ensure education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Ensure building and upgrading inclusive and safe schools. Expand higher education scholarship for developing countries. Increase the supply of qualified teachers in developing countries. And a dimension of our education is equity, sustainability, conceptualization, and relevance, balanced approach, child-friendly teaching and learning outcomes. And how can we do and what can we do for that to improve our quality education? Find a charity that works for quality education, donate or get involved in other way. Donate the books that you have used to those who need it. Promote and take free online courses. Visit local schools. See what skill supply they need and start a drive to provide it to them. Mentor young children and help them with their homework or projects. And promoting the quality education in Georgia. Our Ministry of Education developed the unified strategy to direct the country's education system to provide high quality education for all. The main is students-oriented teaching strategies, investing in the teaching workforce and creating a safe school environment. Set out expected outcomes, responsible entities, and the implementation period for each proposed activity. Then the realization of the national goal of general education, the national curriculum is carried out by the teacher in the school condition. That's why the responsibility of the teacher is great. For me as a teacher, the professional standard of the teacher is the main orientation. I know that each student is unique, and accordingly, I use differentiated approach strategies such as improvement of student achievements based on the analysis of their own activities and students' evolutions, continuous development of teachers' practice, then collaborating with colleagues to solve problems together or see new ideas and share it. Then from where do I start to care about quality education? First of all, creating a positive learning environment. In my practice, I start achieving quality education by creating a positive environment. In this case, I must mention the Georgian scientist Dimitri Uznadze and the well-known attitude theory for Georgian teachers, according to which the effectiveness of the educational process implies the creation of a positive attitude toward learning. My educational process begins with the identification of students' interests, hobbies, activities that are interesting to them. I allow them to choose according to their interests. I promote relations and discuss between students. My positive, friendly attitude toward each student allows me to more actively involve them in the learning process. Then is planning the learning process. Planning an effective learning process is the most important stage for me as a teacher. It's not easy to plan, of course, but outcoming and the student-oriented learning process is main. For this, it's important to accurately define the purpose of the lesson. Appropriate activity, use effective methods and the teaching strategies. My goal is for students to be able to use the knowledge gained at the lesson in their daily life to transfer knowledge. The new school model before implemented in Georgia serves this purpose. The curricula created with the framework of the new school model are tolerated to interest of the students. The teacher offers the students a complex task, which is taken from everyday life. New knowledge is constructed based on internal knowledge. The student works independently on a complex task, creates a product, and makes a presentation. This allows the students to learn how to apply knowledge in their life, in their everyday life. Then project-based learning is important for quality education. I often use the project as a learning method. While working on a project, students have to solve a problem that promotes critical thinking and the development of the highest thinking skills. Achieving quality education is a continuous process. Therefore, it's necessary to have a continuous professional development of the teacher. I need to do a self-evaluation to determine the effectiveness of teaching and the results achieved. For this, at the beginning of the academic year, I established an action plan from professional development, which involves training, sharing the experience of colleagues, familiarization with modern teacher and scientific literature, and the introduction of innovative methods. I obviously face problem in teaching. After identifying the existing problem, I research my own practice. Research helps me identify the causes of the problem and implement appropriate interventions. Achieving quality education requires the use of effective teaching resources in the teaching process. Therefore, I use a variety of educational resources such as electronic resources, computer, educational games, educational web pages, videos, and etc. A lot of materials. I would like to say that some of the use resources were created by me or by my students, or we together. Quality education implies the opportunity to receive education for all students, which is provided by inclusive education and skill. For this purpose, I modify and adapt the curriculum of the subject according to the students' abilities. I determine the students' individual curriculum and create appropriate educational resources. And my responsibility is to contribute to the formation of the truthful, literate citizen who have the skills to successfully use the knowledge they have learned at skill in the future lives. Thank you very much. Thank you for that such an interesting presentations. And I think that also such kind of meetings is a main to improve our quality educations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Big clap for our great professor from Georgia.
Thank you. Thank you.
What to say? My first meeting with you.
Yes.
Yes, really great to know you. Like the way you.
I'm
Yes.
really excited, and I'm really very happy that I got that chance. And I want to say again, thank you. That's such an interesting, informative meeting, and that's the main such a kind of meetings make us educators and improve our quality education, of course. Thank you.
Yes, it is, because we need to promote, we need to learn, we need to share, because as you said, that we educators need to have a united strategy. In each one country, we have a strategy, and all our systems want to provide the high quality education for all. You know, our great IIU head Europe is coming from your country. She is making great sessions with the youth, with the educators. So be free, and you can join us again through that session or another session. Keep
yes,
caring.
of course. Yes, of course.
Keep caring about the quality education. Continue your professional development as a teacher. Involve more trainings, share more experience with colleagues, and do a lot of new actions planned, because you say that your responsibility is to contribute the thoughtful, the literate citizens, and to all to have the skills to use knowledge very successful, and to learn in schools for the future lives. Thank you. Thank you very much. A big, big, big clap for our great teacher from
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
It's a
Professor
beautiful
Nada. Thank you
smile.
very much.
Professor is from Georgia.
Thank you.
So beautiful and has a beautiful smile. Big, big clap.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Yes,
Really,
you know, you need to be
really
happy.
such-
You are here with us, with IIU, with great IIU, with great educators. See, Professor Leoncia today, Dr. Tapsi, our great Shumaila, each one, Dr. Viva Santi, today here on the stage are an amazing educators and amazing persons. And it is great to be here today with us.
Yes, you're right, Nada. And I am sharing something about her smile. Some positive vibes is coming actually.
Yes,
Thank
because
From her
she's
style, some
smiling.
positive vibes is coming. Yes, so we all together feeling like positive
Yes.
to see your smile.
Yes. All,
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so
all are here smiling.
so good.
See our great Dr. Tapsi is smiling. Professor Leoncia is smiling. Yes, all are smiling. We need smile.
Yes.
Yes. Great. So great. Great. So let's move forward. We are going from Georgia. We are moving again to India. We have an amazing doctor, Dr. Javikur Dinesh Kumar. Dr. Javikur Dinesh Kumar, the ISU stage is yours.
Very good evening to all. So nice meeting with you.
Professor, doctor, we
special
don't
person.
see you. Can you open your camera, please?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Good evening. This is a
Good
more
evening.
best way. How can we talk with you? We don't see you. Great.
Yeah,
Wow,
yes,
another smile with us.
You see,
Wow.
Dr. Shumaila, each one has a smile. So, Dr. Yavalka, before you start, we want a big smile.
very nice to meet you all at this forum.
Great. We catch your
Okay.
smile. You
Thank
can
you,
start.
thank you.
You can start with your speech.
Yeah.
Just a second. I need to
Finish it,
mute
let's get-
because I need to mute somebody's. Dr. Rakesh, you need to be muted. Oh, okay. You can start, doctor, please. The emerging trends of quality education.
Okay.
Great topic.
Quality of education. It is the most important powerful tool by enveloping socially, excluding the children and adults also. It is a poverty and into a society. For example, main focusing area is a main object of in education is a primary object. Primary object is the education. Okay. In previously, in UNESCO data, it shows that all the adults completely in a secondary of education globally, the number of poor people could be reduced by the half of the place. Okay. It having for this human right, it is a human right to work there must be equality, opportunity, and universal access and affordable and monitor equality of standards. And that is what are the major challenges? I don't take much more time to take the quality of education. It is a more, what are the major challenges? What are the major challenges to ensure the quality of education? Is to providing a free and compulsory education to all. We have to providing a free and compulsory education. And second more thing is eliminating the inequalities and disparities in education. And third one, most important thing is migration and displacement. Okay. Here, in 155 countries are legally guaranteed 9 years or more compulsory in education, and over 99 countries legally guarantee at least 12 years of free education to providing their needs. And one more thing is, while only 4% of the poorest youth to complete their secondary school in low-income countries, 36% of the richest in lower middle income countries, the gap is a wider, while we have only 14% of the poorest youth complete to upper secondary schools. So upcoming 72% of the richest do the things. According to the report of UNHCR, over the 7.1 million to refuse the children of school age and 3.7 million, more than half, do not go to the schools in a country, in the countries. Okay, what are the recent trends of in education is to rising the parent engagement and to well-being focus and preparing the student for unknown features and complexity in education and attracting and retaining the emergencies in generation of teachers. These are the recent trends in education. First, to rising the parent engagement, at least in past the decades, it shows in last 2 years, in 2 in 5 parents have become more engaged with their child schools. We have to increase engagement is reflective of the shift in priorities, with almost half making it more than priority to engage with their child schooling. 3 in 5 parents accept weekly communications from their child's school, with one is in every 14 parents expecting daily communication, emails like as calling, blogs, text, etc. Next, the well-being focus. A student well-being challenge to rise in permissive. It is important for schools to understand parents' expectations and the school role in the well-being is journey. It almost all the parents are survived believe schools should have a holistic focus and play some role in the management of well-being. The question is to what extent? And more than 2 in 5 parents believe schools should be provide individualized to support for well-being, but refer on it other experts. To preparing the students for an unknown future, to expect to rise in the automation was lead to focus on developing the 21st century skills for lifelong learning in Australian students. Within the context, we believe most of the students are equipped with the digital skills and creativity also. There is a work to do, however, the area of critical thinking. We have to think. And as the world work changes, it is a chapter, it is a quarter of quality of course, adaptability, and initiative, which helps to future-proof the students. Positively, parents believe the students are equipped with curiosity and adaptability, but believe there is room to improve the leadership skills. And one more thing is complexity in education. It is a principle. See changes on the horizon as the educational sector trends toward the complexity. In principles, believe global testing as a limited life and we are watching the trend of alternative paths to the university and to workforce. It is a complexity in governance, and the growing compliance requirement is a challenge for the principals. From higher level policy and accountability to teacher, accreditation, principal, and the teachers alike are experiencing the challenge of documentation also. And next, one more thing is attracting and retaining the emergent generation of teachers. We have to attracting and retaining the emerging generation of teachers. Here, we have recently, there are more concerns of the dropout rate of the teacher. While teacher enter the profession for multiple reasons, the key driver behind the decisions is to make a difference in the lives of their students. The students and their desire to make a difference is to driving force that retain them and when the going to get stopped. The holidays and availability for family time, however, to continue to be a key part of the job. The key to teachers' experience is the leadership of culture of the school. A culture where collaboration, teamwork, and care are evident is the foundation of our positive teaching experiences. Here, we have the future phase of education is a integrated learning solutions, formative assessment solutions, and shifting from STEM to STEM and personalized learning and project-based learning. These are the future phase of in education. And most probably, I conclude this here. We have know that there is a lot of digest when we talk about educational trends. However, keep it in mind the quality of education can be achieved by renovating its whole teaching and learning process, by equipping our students with a more and more hands-on approaches of theoretical approaches in their life. Thank you.
Thank you. Big clap for Dr. Yavalkur. A great presentation. Really like it on the emerging trends in education. We hear a lot about the quality education from your side. What are the aims? What is one thing? What it narrows? What it means to have a human right for the work, because we know that each one child needs to have a education. I really like the challenges that you have get us today, the major challenges for ensuring the quality education. So we have a lot of tasks. We need to provide many things. As you said, we need to provide a compulsory education. Many countries, I think that you say that 150 countries today are giving, are allegedly guaranteeing 9 years for that education. We need to eliminate the inequalities. Also, you have a great you said that 4% of poorest youth are only there completed. Talk about the meditation and all major here. I like a lot your presentation, very insightful, with a lot of information. We learn a lot. And as you said in your conclusion, that we know that there is a lot of the guests we need to talk about the education. We are doing that here. We need to talk a lot about the educational trends. And also we need to keep that quality education can only be achieved if we renew the whole in teaching and whole learning process. Dr. Yavalkur, it was really a great presentation. My dear Shumaila, what you say? He gave us a smile. What now? Professor Shumaila, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, tell what now? He's finished. Do you like it? Professor Shumaila, do you hear me? Okay, I said all. Professor Shumaila will agree with me. She has a little network issues, so she can't now answer me.
My
Dr.
voice is not clear.
Now, yes.
Okay, I think some technical issues here, and I already said about that this smile is giving positive vibes with all of us, and this smile is we can say it's mandatory and should be on our face as an educator. So smile is the symbol of educator, if we can say it's true.
Yes.
Because we need to deliver all this smile, and by this smile, positive vibes and quality education we are talking about. So as an educator, we smile, we keep our character in positive way. So this is the really very amazing and good for all of us. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Great, 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 great.
Thank you, our speaker. Thank you so much. You all are doing wonderful job.
Yes, they're all
And
great.
Sir Lenako, content. Okay. Yes.
We don't have words how much they are amazing, how they are great. So we are really happy and we are having a big smile whole time. Now, after Dr. Yavalkur, we are still in India. We have another great educator, great personality. He is Dr. Rakesh Kumar Sharma. Welcome, Dr. Rakesh Kumar Sharma. Enlighten us with your speech today. Do you hear me? Dr. Rakesh? I think that he don't hear me. Dr. Rakesh?
Welcome, Dr. Rakesh. Are you listening?
No problem. We will go to our next speaker, so we will return back. We have an amazing woman. We have a great doctor, Dr. Sutiana Virahu from Indonesia. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce it good. Welcome, Dr. Sutiana.
Thank you, Prof. Nada. My name is Sutiana Wijirahayu, doctor. Is my voice?
Yes, your voice is, we hear you. Yes, great.
Yes. Thank you, Prof. Nada. So my name is pronounced Wijirahayu. Wijirahayu.
Again, I don't know to pronounce it.
Yeah, Sutiana is all right, that professor. Thank you for inviting me in this conference. Prof.
We are
Nada.
honored. We are honored to have you today with us from Indonesia.
Thank you, Prof. Nada. Happy birthday for yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wonderful birthday.
Yes, yes, it was
around the world.
really wonderful. I'm so happy. That is, you see, today I have a whole day, a big smile. I didn't stop smiling from yesterday. Dr. Leonico, you see, I'm smiling whole day. Great, great. Please, Dr. Siana, we want to listen you, to hear you, because I know it will be amazing.
Thank you, Prof. Nada. Is it okay if I start with a song?
It is beautiful. If we want, beautiful.
It is a famous song for young learners in Indonesia. It's from Irian Jaya. It's from Papua. Okay, so allow me to share
Yes, you can share. Just let me to mute Professor Subrata because we have. Okay. Yes, you can share and start.
Thank you, Prof. Nada.
You can sing that song if it can sing.
So it's
Wow,
from
yes.
media.
That would be great if you sing.
So I do not sing myself. It's actually a media that created by teachers in Indonesia, teachers who join virtual training. Okay, so allow me to show part of the song.
Yes, you can.
Hopefully
Yes.
it works. The title is Yamko Rambe Yamko.
Hey, I'm gonna be, I'm gone. I don't know why. Gonna be. Hey, I'm gonna be, I'm gone. I don't know why. Gonna be. Honke, honke, honke diro. Honke jombe, jombe diro. Honke, honke, honke diro. Honke jombe, jombe diro.
So I stop the song for a moment and continue the presentation if it is allowed. Prof. Nada,
Yes,
it is a
well,
That is
yes,
wonderful.
it was great.
That's great,
Thank you.
wonderful. And I was enjoying, but I can't understand. If you could explain what's the meaning of this all song, so
Yeah,
it
this
would be
is a
better for
heroic
us.
song.
Thank you.
It's a heroic song from Papua. We introduced this heroic song actually through this media. So children, young learners all over Indonesia could understand the beauty of song from Papua. Okay, because diversity is part of a unique characteristic of Indonesia. Therefore, we need to introduce this to our young learners, because if we don't properly introduce this and they do not know the beauty. Okay, I'll stop share this for a moment, and then may I share others, Prof. Nada?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
No problem.
And it's all about, and your after your explanation, I understand that it's all about young learners, actually.
It's not
Right?
only about young learners, but we
Yes.
should start from young learners if we talk about quality education too. So my name is Luciana Wijirahayu. My university is in Jakarta, Indonesia. Thank you for inviting us. So family is completely important in quality education, of course. We learn a lot from our experience.
Dr. Luciana, pardon, can you please put a full screen if you can?
Sure, Prof. Nada.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Great, great.
Yeah, So family is the main source of quality education actually everywhere, because we start the education actually from a mother. When a mother has a baby inside her body, and that's a starting point of education. And we learned a lot during COVID-19 pandemic, that family is completely important in take care of education, because all of our children could not go to school, and they learn virtually, and media is completely important. In this case, mother could be a hero too. The title of the text is "My Hero is You," and you here could be a mother, and could be also a child, could be a family, and surrounding schools, neighbors, and others to support. After I'm teaching English, so language learning is and quality education is the main thing that I would like to share here. Multidiscipline and multiliteracy, including digital literacy and health literacy, are developed on purposely especially during COVID-19 pandemic, and we need to continue developing, since our goal is sustainability. It is through ability to communicate in global language, of course. And interaction and collaboration are essential in learning English. This influences the student's success. Collaboration among the students allows them to be more active in communicating. Teaching media makes it possible, especially for online learning. However, classifying and identifying relevant aspects of a combined learning management system to improve the quality of learning remains a challenge in the world of education. So this is part of the media that I've shown you before, part of it. And it could be text, it could be ebook, and could be song. So multimodal tools are developed massively, virtually, not only during the pandemic, but also after that. So diversity, as I have mentioned before, in Indonesia is one of the source that should be developed and should be shared properly to start to young learners. During the pandemic, we learned a lot that health is completely important. So integrating other disciplines in language learning is part of the empowerment. The resource of empowerment could be also local wisdom, religious values, and creativity. And the students' language learning autonomy could be developed during the teaching learning process if we give them chances to express ideas all over the world, but also ideas that is from local wisdom. So active learning and creativity, again, in this case, is part of the resource. So a massive virtual training has been provided for teachers. Digital book made by thousands of lecturers and teachers. Chatbot now is being also trained virtually. At the end of my presentation, I'll share with you my students' project, group project about the digital story. The topic is Yogyakarta. And now we have a chatbot about Java culture also to share with the students all over Indonesia, so they know detailed part of the culture. My concluding statement is local wisdom as a source of potential critical thinking was developed through collaborative action. The students' teachers' belief about language learning play essential roles in utilizing the religious value from the sources provided. Raising their critical and creative thinking will develop the students' active learning, and collaboration is the strategy in maintaining the virtual presence in online learning. Flexibility is a potential in increasing the chances of the students to express their voices as a sign of our virtual presence in online learning. And after that, thank you for listening. But before ending the presentation, if Prof. Nada allow me, then I'll show a video.
Of course, I allow you that you put the video. Yes.
Thank you. All right, I'll stop share this.
Okay.
So I'll try to share video. Hopefully, we.
What is the time in your country now?
I beg your pardon.
What is the time now in your country?
It is. It is 10. 11 minutes past 10 in my country, Prof.
Oh, okay. It's very late. Yes, okay.
Yeah, Prof. Nada, let me try to share the video to end my presentation. Where is it? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh, it's not here yet. The video. Let me play that first. It is about Yogyakarta, and it is digital storytelling created by one group in my class.
Jakarta is also famous for the story of the construction of the Borobudur and Prambanan temples. Here's a short story about the folk tale of the Prambanan temple. Once upon a time, Prabu Baka was the king of the Prambanan kingdom. He has a daughter named Roro Jonggrang. One day, Prabu Baka was defeated by Bandung Bondowoso. Then, the Prambanan kingdom was ruled by him. Bandung Bondowoso likes to rule it a cruel way. Shortly in power, he was fascinated by the beauty of Roro Jonggrang. Roro Jonggrang did not dare to refuse Bandung Bondowoso's proposal because she knew he would be angry. Then, finally, she proposed a condition requesting that 1,000 temples be built in one night as a dowry. Bandung Bondowoso agreed to the terms. He built the temple that Roro Jonggrang had requested on the appointed day. The groups of spirits are Bandung Bondowoso subordinate works very quickly. Only 5 temples are missing around for a year. Roro Jonggrang looking for a reason, so that Bandung Bondowoso failed. She asked the girl to pound the rice and burning hay. When they heard the sounds of the mortar and smelled the sweet smell, the group of spirits stopped working because they thought it was morning. In fact, there is only one temple that has not been built.
Thank you for listening. I'll stop sharing, Prof. Nada. Thank you all for listening.
It was really amazing. I like it. I like the presentation. I like the introduction. I like this conclusion. I like the video. The family and quality education. You make this topic so great, so interactive. You are a real educator of 21st century. So your digital books, your chat books, everything you show, everything you talk today was really amazing. I like it. I like it a lot. Your concluding statements, your conclusion. You use the word local wisdom. Local wisdom is the source of the potential critical thinking. This is amazing how the students and teachers are doing it together, how the students are learning, playing this part of gamification. This part of gamification make them more, I can say, more competitive for the trade labor today. And this collaboration, amazing, really amazing. I hope that we will have you very soon again and listen and watch, because this was very interactive, very interested. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Prof. Nada.
Thank you. A big clap. Professor Leoncio is showing us a big clap for you. Please, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Yes, because you really deserve it at 10 o'clock, giving us this lecture.
Thank you very much, Prof. Nada.
Yes, thank you. Now, from Indonesia, we are moving again to India. With us, we have Dr. Subrata Chato Bajai. Professor Dr. Subrata, sorry if it is not correct, but I read how I think I need to read. Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you so much, Nada Madam, for the opportunity, right? So it is a real pleasure to speak on, a topic which is very close to our hearts, which is about sustainable education, lifelong learning, the SDG 4 of United Nations. So basically, in our university that I am in, which is University of Engineering and Management, what we do, the model that we have done is that we have adopted few villages near the university, and over there, the people who are working, the children, right, both male and female, our students are actually going to those villages, and they are taking classes, sessions with them, and making them educated. Now, there is a lot of difference between, what we understand literacy, especially in a country like India, right? So, people who can actually sign, they are considered to be literate. But is that literacy? Swami Vivekananda, at one point of time, he had mentioned a very interesting quote, and he said that education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. So what are we actually doing? Are we making people just, to do the signature and saying that they are literate? Are we actually doing the, right cause or in the right direction? So basically what we are doing at our university is that our students at the UG as well as PG level, they are going to these villages after their class hours, and they are taking sessions regularly every day for 1 hour. Now the biggest challenge is that if you do not get your 2 square meals a day, if you do not earn your livelihood, then how can you think about education? So basically what we are also doing is that with the education that they receive, so basically, they come for the classes, and one of the incentives is that they are provided with free meals, right? So they get their tiffin. So that is one of the attraction, that if they attend classes, then they will get their free meals. So this is how we are doing baby steps in the 5 villages around the university, wherein we are trying to actually make the people educated so that they can actually make their decisions more judiciously. See, what happens is, with education, your thought process improves. And even at the bottom of the pyramid, people who are, maybe they are workers or selling vegetables or fish, etc., their produce, agricultural produce, if these people can be, made to learn the basics of education, the basics of livelihood, that would actually improve their lifestyle and also give them more of opportunities. So basically, the idea is to create empowerment. So empowerment at all levels, especially women, children. So women in these villages, they are considered that they will be performing their household chores, and education is not considered to be very important. But then we also have to understand that along with the male folks, the women should also get their education. We should not discriminate among people. So this is very important, that the children should be educated, the women should be educated, right? And what will happen as a result is the bottom of the pyramid will grow up. So as of now, if you see the literacy figures in India, right, it shows 74%. But as I said, that of this 74%, how many are actually literate and how many are actually educated, right? So the gap between literacy and education, true education, is what we are bridging. Along with that, we are also promoting lifelong learning. So lifelong learning in the sense that today, what has happened, this pandemic has been a blessing in a sense that online education and online learning has gained immense popularity. Even this type of sessions, this conference, etc., right, it was not too much in practice before, wherein we have people from so many countries across the world in one forum, and we are sharing our thoughts, our views, our learnings, and in the process we are enriching ourselves. So basically it is a synergistic sustenance that is happening. So what we also promote in our in our students, we tell our students to do the foreign courses, right? So we have collaborations with the different edtech companies, and the students are supposed to carry out these courses and present these certificates based on which they are graded. So what we are doing is that besides the physical classes that they have, also we are trying to give them more of a knowledge, as also we also invite them or share with them the different online classes, online sessions, online topics deliberated by experts. So what happens as a result is that holistic learning environment we create, because we need to understand that if we are not grooming, developing, nurturing the future generations, then we are actually not doing the right thing, right? So basically, it is not only the classroom education, but then beyond the classroom. So they are given, different exposures so that they can enrich their knowledge. And it is not only confined to the university, as I said, that we also think about the society, not only our students, but also beyond the university, the villages. We go, our students do go, and we continuously monitor. So there are different, associations, like, say for example, Rotary is one of the associations, and there are different other international organizations with whom we have collaborated, and we are actually trying to actually raise the level, so to the extent that there can be education, better livelihood, sustenance, and also make the people stand on their own feet, make their own decisions. So as I was saying, that women are not considered to be at par with men. So we actually try to make the people understand that the women should also be considered at the same level, and they are not, to be considered that if they are, women, so they'll get married and they'll, as is the custom in India, they'll go to their husband's house, and they'll be performing their household duties. So that should not be the case. They should also do their work. They should also be able to earn their livelihood, and along with that, the generation next should also come up in such a way that there should be a synergy altogether. So I think that's all that I had to say, and the things that we are doing in our university, with our students, with our faculty, all together, we are trying to improve the education level, the livelihood, and creating some sort of a sustainability in our own way. Thank you so much, Nada Madam, once again for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Subrata. It was a great speech. Your students are really lucky to have you, because you said you're in the part of engineering and management. That is a great combination. Nada also have that combination from the engineering and from the economics, and think really, really great. I like it. I like what you are doing. I like your solutions. I like everything. Maybe we have here great educators. Maybe someone will also like to say something about your speech. Maybe, let's see, Dr. Sutiana or Dr. Leontio. What would you say on this speech? Please be free, open your mic, and you can say. Okay. Okay. Do you hear me, Professor Leoncio? You are muted. You are muted. Okay, we don't hear you. You are muted. Okay. Dr. Subrata, it was really great. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Hope we will listen you again and see very soon. Now we are moving to our great job, Lazarus, and can't wait what will he say, because if you listen all his lectures and all the recordings about the SDGs, he has each one SDG explained. It is great, so I didn't listen about education. Welcome. Can you unmute yourself? We don't hear you.
Oh, I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, great. Yes, please.
Well, I'm very grateful to join this very important conference. Since the beginning of the world, many words have been spoken about education. Many words are being spoken about education. And many words will still be spoken about education. Today, we are gathered yet again to speak about education, a subject that is as critical as life itself. While many speakers approach the subject conventionally, I will approach it philosophically. When I was a young boy growing up in Gulu, Uganda, I attended Gulu Primary School. The motto of the school says, enter to learn, depart to serve. What a motto. Enter to learn what? Depart to serve who? Serve with what? Serve when? Serve where? Serve how? Serve why? Well, at school, we gain knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, among other things. When we depart school, we go out into the world to serve humanity and make the world better with whatever we learned from school. Quick questions. What have you learned? Are you serving humanity with what you've learned? If yes, then how? We all walk into school in one way when we are uneducated. But depending on what we do in school, we walk out of school in three possible ways. When we are educated, when we are uneducated, or when we are miseducated. The worst way in which to walk out of school is when you are miseducated. Today, we have so many people who are miseducated, but I must correct educated people. They are very misleading to humanity. They are very destructive to the world. They are liabilities instead of assets to the world. They have very powerful papers, but their actions are not commensurate with the papers they have. Their actions never reflect what their papers reflect. Be careful not to walk into school and walk out of it when you are miseducated. We learn to become assets, not liabilities to humanity. One of the best books I've ever read in my life was written by Dr. Woodson Godwin Carter. The book is called The Miseducation of the Negro. In the book, Dr. Woodson wrote, the mere imparting of information is not education. Above all things, the effort must result in making a man think and do for himself. This is an eye-opening, soul-awakening, and thought-provoking statement. Can you think and do for yourself with your education? What are the results of your thoughts? How beneficial are they to the world? How better is the world now because of your education? How useful is your education to the world? The great Greek philosopher Socrates is known to be one of the wisest men who ever lived. And yet when he was asked what he knew, he gave a sagacious answer. I know one thing, that I know nothing. Or with what unprecedented wisdom did Socrates respond? With what humility did he speak? With what intelligence did he utter those words? Can you speak like Socrates, that you know nothing and therefore you are willing to learn everything? Are you humble or proud because of what you have learned? Do you realize that you know so little that you actually know nothing? Pride is a mark of an uneducated soul, while humility is a mark of an educated soul. You cannot be proud and humble at the same time. Wisdom humbles the wise, while ignorance makes the foolish proud. It is wise to recognize your ignorance so that you learn what you don't know. For in the words of yet another great Greek philosopher, Epictetus, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. Life is like climbing stairs. Step by step, we get to the top. One step leads to another. There are lessons to learn from every step. Never skip any step in life so that you don't miss the lessons. If you skip a step, then you have missed the lessons. Life will always bring you back to the steps you missed in some way. We live in a world in which many people want to get to the top very quickly, not knowing that life is designed to be lived step by step without skipping any step. Do not rush in life that you may not crash. You cannot rush your way through the steps of life. Climb every step and learn the lessons till you get to the top. Every step has its challenges, which you must overcome to get to the next step. As you climb the stairs of life, you will encounter many challenges. But what is success without challenges? Can anyone ever attain success without, first of all, overcoming challenges? We learn many lessons from the challenges we face. In the process of acquiring education, we surely go through so many challenges. Are we willing to learn from the challenges? Don't challenges precede success? Don't challenges give meaning to success? Beyond the challenges we face lies the success we desire. Therefore, embrace all the challenges and learn from them. You are a bright star, never stop shining, even in the face of challenges, as you pursue your educational journey. The whole world is a stage. Life is the show on the stage. Human beings are some of the actors on the stage. No one acts forever on the stage. Everyone has their show time. Your show time is your lifetime. There is a time to enter the stage. There's a time to be on the stage. There's a time to exit the stage. At any moment, many people enter the stage. Many are on the stage, and many exit the stage. Be a serious actor on the stage, not a spectator. We are not created to be spectators in life. We are supposed to learn lessons and then act with the lessons we learn as we serve humanity. Spectating does not serve the world. Many people have left the stage. Many people are leaving the stage right now. Many people are entering the stage right now. Many will leave the stage. Many are on the stage. Many will enter the stage. Many will leave the stage. Right now, all of us are on the stage. How are you acting on the stage with the lessons you have learned in life? What are you doing with your time on the stage? What position do you occupy on the stage? What footprints are you leaving on the stage with your education? How do you want to exit the stage when your time comes? What footprints will you leave on the stage? Will your footprints ever inspire, encourage, and challenge those who will come after you? How useful are you to the world with your education? Your usefulness to the world depends on the problems you solve. The question is, what problems are you solving with the education you have received? How better is the world now because of you? We make the world better by solving problems. Identify the problems you're supposed to solve and then use whatever you have learned to solve them. Since the world is now a global village, we must become global citizens. Quality education makes one a global citizen. The whole world is yours to explore. Do not limit yourself to only a small part of it. The world is my mission field. We are on a global mission in the world. I was born in Gulu, Northern Uganda, but for the world. I was not born for only the people of Gulu. With my education, I can serve people in any part of the world. I don't limit myself to only being a citizen of Uganda. I am a multi-purpose global citizen because of my education. I have work to do in different parts of the world. We learn for the world, not for only our respective countries. If you're a global citizen, then your country is too small for you. For the whole world is the mission field. Therefore, learn for the world. On the 23rd of April, 1910, the 26th president of the US, Theodore Roosevelt, delivered a powerful speech in France. The speech is called Citizenship in a Republic. In the speech, he said, the credit belongs to the man in the arena. What a brilliant statement. Be in the arena of positive transformation with your education. The whole world is your arena of action. The question is, what are you doing in the global arena with your education? Education opens our eyes, minds, and hearts to the available opportunities and also makes us create many opportunities. In life, do not wait for opportunities to find you. Go for them. Opportunities will never look for you. You have to look for them the same way a predator looks for the prey. For every success attained, there's a great price paid. Define the great success you want. Know the great price to pay and pay the great price with all your might. Have core values and virtues that guide your life. Have principles that you live by. Have dreams that you fight for with your education. Have a clear vision for your life. Know where you are going with your life. It is your duty to define what you want, where you want to go. I have always said that if you have no vision for your life is just like a football match being played on a pitch that has no goal post. Can anyone ever score on a pitch that has no goal post? No way. Who can win that match? What wisdom is there in playing a competitive match on a pitch that has no goal post? What a goal post is to a football match is what your vision is to your life. Therefore, know where you're going and take the right routes. Know where you're going and take the right routes to get there. All roads indeed lead to Rome, as it is said. However, not all roads lead to Rome in the same amount of time. Some roads are so far that you may die without reaching Rome if you take them. It is not enough to know where you're going. You must also know the roads to take and make the necessary adjustments along the roads to get there. Your future is doomed if you don't know where you're going. Your education should make you define where you want to go with your life. Keep your eyes on what you want. The moment you take your eyes off it, you begin to lose direction. When you lose direction, you cannot get to your intended destination, no matter how wise you are. You need to make adjustments along the way. The question then becomes, what do you want in life? What have you defined with your education that you want to achieve in life? Are your eyes on it? Are you on track? Your education will help you to keep on track and make the necessary adjustments to reach your destination. Life is the greatest teacher ever. There is no lesson that life cannot teach. If you don't learn anything from life, then you can never learn anything in your life. Fortunately, whether you like it or not, life teaches you many lessons. We learn in two ways, the soft way or the hard way. Those who are humble often learn the soft way, while those who are proud often learn the hard way. If you don't learn the soft way, then life will teach you the hard way. In most cases, you will never like the results. It is therefore wise to learn the soft way so that life doesn't teach you the hard way. The question becomes, do you like learning the soft way or the hard way? Life is the greatest school ever. In the school called life, everyone is a teacher and student at the same time. Everyone learns what they don't know and teaches others what they know. Be a serious student of life. Learn from everyone and every situation you encounter and teach others the right lessons for navigating through life. Quality education makes you a student of life, makes you learn so that you can teach other people. Learning is a lifelong process. We learn from the cradle to the grave. Only at death do we stop learning. Seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. We live in the information age where information is readily available. Ignorance is a choice. The question is, what kind of information are you after? Life is like a relay race. One generation runs and runs over to the next. A relay race requires teamwork. The runners work together to succeed together. They complement one another. They don't compete with one another. Life is not a competition. We are supposed to complement one another with our knowledge, but not compete with them. There is no wisdom in competing with other people, but there is wisdom in complementing one another. The question is, do we complement other people with our knowledge that we have learned from school? We all have different lanes in life. We have different races to run. We must keep on our lanes to run our races without ever being jealous of other people. The question is, are you in your lane? Are you running your race? Do you complement or compete with other people? In a relay race, one runs and hands over. One doesn't run forever. They have to hand over the baton at some point, either willingly or unwillingly. The wise thing to do is to hand over the baton when it is your time so that other people can also do their parts. In his book, Things Fall Apart, Chinua Achebe posed a powerful question. Where are the young suckers that will grow when the old banana tree dies? As young people, we are the young suckers. Are we ready to receive the baton from the old people and make our contributions to the world with our education? What will you do with the baton when you receive it? How will you hand it over when your time comes to hand it over? Your education prepares you to receive the baton and run effectively and efficiently as you serve humanity when it is your time to run. There is time to wait for the baton. There is time to receive the baton. There is time to run with the baton. There is time to hand over the baton. There is time to prepare other people to run with the baton. There is time to watch other people run with the baton. Know the right time for you and act accordingly. Your education should guide you to know when you must act as you serve humanity with your education. We must hand over a better world to future generations than the one we inherited from the past generations. I love the powerful African proverb that says, it takes a whole village to raise a child. Since it takes a whole village to raise someone, then someone must give back to the village, at least in some way. The question becomes, what will you give back to your village with your education? No matter where you go, remember home. Home is home. No matter how high a bird flies, its grave is right on the ground. Just like a house stands because of its foundation, and a plant stands because of its roots, so do you stand because of your foundation and roots. You are because some people came before you. Tomorrow, some people will be because today you are. Never forget your roots. What are your roots so that you can have fruits? Remember the village that raised you into the person you are today. Give back to the village in all possible ways. The great Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change that you want to see in the world. I challenge you to be the change you want to see in your village. I challenge you to be the change you want to see in your country. I challenge you to be the change you want to see in your continent. I challenge you to be the change you want to see everywhere you go. The question is, are you the change you want to see in the world? In the wise words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. May we use our education to serve humanity and make the world better by solving problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Great job, Lazarus. Listening from the side, how you explain this, it is really amazing. Each one word, if I add, it will be sufficient because it had a real meaning. I hope that everyone who was listening here today understand your message, understand what you say. Because at the beginning, I say that our great Job Lazarus, he is an expert in all SDGs, in all 17 SDGs. I listen him a lot in a lot of the SDGs. I can say at also one conference every day. I think you couldn't join, but you were sending your video record, so it was amazing. Thank you very much. Big clap. Yes, big clap. So now we come to the end of this third day of SDG for quality education. I want to congratulations each of you one here today, because you were all so great, so awesome. No words to express my gratitude. I want to thanks to our great founder, Sir Piyush Pandit, for giving us this opportunity to have uh, an amazing IIU, a big, great IIU stage, and that we can share our knowledge worldwide. And it is our mission to give the education to each one person, no matter what age did that person have. So if any one of you have some questions or anything, we can talk a little about that. If not, we will conclude our today's session. Miss Shumaila is coming. She has a network issues whole day, but she was with us. She likes smiles, so I think she will today finish with a smile. Dear Shumaila, please tell a few words at the end. Dear Shumaila, please tell a few words at the end. Oh, we have Mr. Please, but your name is, you see, if I don't have a correct name on the Zoom, I don't recognize. You are preparing. Okay, let me see. Let me see. Yes, my apologize. We have one speaker and a great educator from Azerbaijan. He is Sarkan Musayev Nazim. Welcome. My apologize. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome, Sarkhan Masri. Welcome to our platform. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Sarkan. Welcome. Please, you can continue.
Welcome. Nada, yes, of course.
I'm so sorry. I was watching and you need to write to me.
Okay. Good afternoon and good evening, my dear opportunity. IIU, hi, the Azerbaijan Republic, all of them conference members. Thank you very much. This is the interesting, very interesting. Prepared the slideshows, and I share my shows with about the quality education. The subject is the quality education. About this, the meaning of quality education is one that the pedagogical and developmental and educates the student in becoming an active and productive members of society. And objective of the quality education ensures that all students at all levels of school education are taught by passionate, motivated, highly qualified, professional, trained, and well-equipped teachers. However, this status of the teacher has unfortunately dropped. The quality of training, recruitment, deployment, service conditions, and empowerment of teachers is not where it should be, and consequently, the quality and motivation of teachers does not reach the standards where it could be. This is a subject is very actual, and the unit of uh, modern curriculum and information communication technologies. What makes for outstanding teachers and teaching? Teachers must be passionate, motivated, and well qualified and well trained in content, pedagogy, and practice. It is important that to the students whom they teach and are invested in the communities in which they serve. To ensure that they perform well, teachers must be respected, happy teachers, and students make for excellent teaching and learning. In particular, the everyday working environment of teachers and students must be safe, comfortable, and inviting. Teachers and their school complexes and classrooms must be well supplied with the learning research that they need for effective teaching. Teachers should not be overburdened, especially with non-teaching activities or with the teaching of subjects outside of their experts. Teachers must have the autonomy to innovate and teach in the style that best suits them and their students. What are the primary issues affecting teachers and teacher education today? There are few innovative that explicitly aim to recruit the best performing students or those that have the most talent for teaching into the teaching profession. Teacher education is severely lacking and in need in a crisis at the current time. There are several shortcomings and suboptimal practice in the deployment of teachers. Many schools lack sufficient infrastructure, resources, and supplies. Teachers are often asked to spend large portions of their time on non-teaching activities. And then quality professional development opportunities are not sufficiently available. Salary, promotion, career management, and leadership in the school system and beyond tend not to have any formal merit-based strategy. And what can be done to help restore the high quality teachers? Employment. To ensure that truly excellent students enter the teaching profession, large number of merit-based scholarship will be instituted across the country for students at outstanding four-year integrated Bachelor of Education programs. The harmful practice of excessive teacher transfers will be held with immediate effect. To ensure that the best enter the teaching profession will be strengthened. For subject teachers, suitable test scores in the corresponding subject will also be taken into account for recruitment, and a classroom demonstration or interview will become an integral part of teacher hiring. And then the teacher will not be allowed to be any longer to conduct government work that is not directly related. The role expectation teachers will explicitly include development, a caring and inclusive inclusive culture at their schools for more effective learning for all and for the benefit of all their communities. Teachers will be given more autonomy in choosing final aspects of curriculum and pedagogical. Effective teacher recruitment and deployment. Merit-based scholarship to encourage outstanding students to enter the teaching profession. The teacher recruitment process. Achieving desired pupil teacher rates. Induction of virtually trained teachers into schools. All of them, the conclusion. Thank you very much, all of the conference members. Very, very happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Great. Thank you, great teacher Serkan from Azerbaijan. We see how much you are investing of your work, your time, your knowledge in education. Yes, that is why what we are fighting in all our countries around the globe. And we are really thankful to you and grateful to you joining us today from Azerbaijan. A big, big clap for our professor. He was and he is today our last speaker, and he was amazing like all others. Once again, I want to thanks to each one of you, eminent, great global speakers, my great moderator, Professor Shumaila. You were great. Each one person today is having a big smile. So at the end, I want to see big, big, big smile and big clap to each of you. Dr. Sutiara, Professor Leontio Shumaila, Professor Teacher Serkan, please open your camera. Open your camera. Yes, I want to make a beautiful photo at the end because you are all so great. I need to have that and make it. So I hope we will see soon, very soon again, and be together on great IIU stage, share our knowledge, also implement everything what we learn from each other. That is our mission because we are lifelong learners. We don't have working time. You see, Indonesia now is 11 o'clock. Professor Leontio at you is 1 o'clock. Am I right?
No, it's almost midnight.
Okay, midnight at Philippines, Georgia, and all countries. At me, it is, I lost sun just now. Okay, thank you. Big, big, big clap. So join us to the other days. We still have the other SDGs. So tomorrow we have gender equality, SDG 5. Join us, be with us, watch us. Thank you all on the Facebook who were with us today, who were writing, because that is very important to us. Write your reviews so we can be always better and better. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And all
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much all. Thanks for joining us. And I just share one thing. This is not a conference, not only event, not any speech. You should implement this all techniques in your organization, in your country, in your school, college, university, and your home, on your children, even your children, your kids. So this is not only speech. You should implement, you should apply this all techniques on your ground. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear, beautiful Professor Shumaila. Thank you for the great words. So here, Dr. Sayad, thank you. We have Dr. Sayad with us all day. Thank you for being with us, listening. Thank you very much. So till tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy, and let's learn together and let's continue tomorrow on the SDG 5, the gender equality. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Good
Dr.
luck.
Nada.
Good luck.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Take good
Bye
care,
bye.
all of you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.